Every one of these groups of people thought they had found the one place that could keep them alive. A locked door, a sealed bunker, a backstage room with only one way in. By the end, that same room is where they die. Cold prey. Roar Uthaug directs Cold Prey in 2006, a Norwegian slasher film that opens decades earlier with a boy fleeing through a blizzard before being buried alive by someone never shown on screen. In the present, Jannicke, boyfriend Eirik, couple Mikael and Ingunn, and friend Morten Tobias head into Norway's Jotunheimen Mountains to snowboard. When Morten breaks his leg, the group carries him to an abandoned ski lodge for the night, unaware the hotel closed decades earlier after its owner's son vanished in the mountains. That night, Ingunn steps out of a guest room alone and is chased down and killed by a pickaxe-wielding figure in animal hides. The next morning, Eirik goes for help, but is struck down the moment he finds her body. Jannicke and Mikael find a hidden room in the basement stocked with modern supplies, revealing someone has been living there undetected. Moments later, the front door opens on its own, and the group scrambles into a guest room, barricading the door just as it starts taking blows from the other side. Mikael climbs out a window against Jannicke's wishes and is killed in a nearby shed. Jannicke hides Morten in the pantry and finds Eirik alive in the basement room, but a struggle over a shotgun lets the killer impale him in front of her. Morten is killed shortly after trying to defend her. Jannicke escapes on skis, but is knocked unconscious and wakes buried under her friends' bodies as the killer drags them toward a ravine to dispose of them. She stabs him with a box cutter, and in the struggle pulls off his goggles, revealing the birthmark from the boy at the start of the film. She kills him with his own pickaxe, and he falls into the ravine among the bodies of everyone he killed inside the lodge that was supposed to keep them safe. Await further instructions. Beth's face erupts in black sores that spread within seconds, and her whole body dissolves into black liquid before anyone can reach her. Johnny Kevorkian directs Await Further Instructions in 2018, centering on Nick, who brings girlfriend Angie home to meet his dysfunctional family for the first time. Also present are father Tony, mother Beth, sister Kate, husband Scott, and granddad. After a tense family dinner, the couple tries to sneak out the next morning and finds the house sealed behind a black barrier. A television begins flashing instructions, first ordering them to stay indoors, then declaring all their food contaminated. The TV orders them to strip and scrub with bleach, then drops needles through the chimney for vaccination. Granddad convulses and dies vomiting black liquid. When Scott pries open a delivery slot, it snaps shut and severs 3 of his fingers. The TV announces someone is infected and must be isolated, and the family, blaming Angie for a virus from abroad, locks her upstairs with Granddad's body. During a fight over the TV, Kate falls over a railing, breaks her leg, and later dies. Tony and Scott, following the next command, knock Nick unconscious and torture him. Angie finds a second TV upstairs and glimpses a black organ pulsing inside it. Bedroom vents pump black smoke, and Beth, trapped in the bathroom, breaks into sores and dissolves into liquid. The house shakes as the TV declares itself reborn, and Tony and Scott, still obeying, try to sacrifice Angie to save Kate's unborn child. Nick and Scott fight back, and Tony kills Scott with an axe in the struggle before Nick throws the television onto Tony, killing him. Wire-like tendrils then crawl out of the broken set into the back of Tony's corpse, reanimating him. Nick drives the axe into the organ inside the TV, but the tendrils surge back, and the reanimated Tony kills him and Angie, then digests Kate's body to bone around her surviving infant. In the final shot, the same black wires are shown engulfing every building in sight, the entire neighborhood overrun the same way this house was. Green room.
Get the box cutter! Get the fucking box cutter!
Jeremy Saulnier directs Green Room in 2015, centering on the Ain't Rights, a broke punk band of Pat, Sam, Reese, and Tiger touring the Pacific Northwest. After a gig falls through, radio host Tad arranges a replacement show through cousin Daniel at a skinhead bar. The band opens with an antagonistic cover before winning the crowd over, but afterward Pat goes backstage for a phone and finds a girl, Emily, stabbed to death. Her friend Amber is nearby. Barstaff Gabe and Big Justin confiscate their phones and lock them in with Amber, while Darcy, the club owner, decides to eliminate them as witnesses. The band overpowers Big Justin, and when he wakes and attacks again, Reese chokes him to death, and Amber then slits his stomach open with his own box cutter. Darcy negotiates through the door for their gun, and as Pat hands it over, Darcy's men slash his arm through the gap before he shuts it again. Searching for another way out, they find a locked drug lab and push into the main room instead, where a dog kills Tiger, and Reese is caught trying to escape through a window and stabbed to death. Pat, Amber, and Sam retreat backstage. Darcy sends Daniel in to kill them, but Amber convinces him the skinheads murdered Emily after he and Emily had planned to leave together, and Daniel leads them out before a bartender shoots him. The group kills the bartender for his shotgun. 2 more men are sent in, and Pat and Amber kill them both, then take Gabe hostage and head into the woods. When Pat hears Darcy staging the scene as a break-in, they go back, kill Darcy's remaining men, and shoot Darcy as he reaches for a hidden gun. The 2 survivors sit by the roadside afterward, waiting for police. Hidden. Matt and Ross Duffer write and direct Hidden in 2015, centering on Ray, Claire, and their young daughter Zoe, hiding for months inside an abandoned fallout shelter after an outbreak devastates their town. The family follows strict rules to survive, avoiding the surface and fearing figures outside that Zoe calls breathers. When a rat gets into their food through an unguarded air duct, Claire kills it, but Ray starts a fire that sends smoke up the duct and ash onto their hatch, exposing their location. Ray and Claire go to the surface to cover the hatch, but Zoe spots a breather through a homemade periscope and climbs out against the rules to warn them. They retreat inside, but a breather follows, and Zoe's doll gets caught on a pipe and starts making noise, drawing more breathers to the hatch. Several break through, and while Claire and Zoe escape through the air duct, Ray is caught and vanishes in a spray of blood. They flee to a highway, where soldiers in gas masks stop and net them. The soldiers test their blood and find it infected and prepare to kill them when Ray reappears infected, killing 1 soldier and incapacitating 3 more before he is shot and falls. Claire and Zoe slip free of the net in the chaos, and Claire transforms the same way Ray did, tearing through every remaining soldier but 1. That soldier wounds Claire and is about to finish her when Zoe attacks and rips off his mask, infecting him in turn. Zoe turns on her own mother next, but Claire calms her with the family's house rules, and the 2 sit with Ray through his final moments. When another helicopter approaches, they flee into a sewer system and hide there. A voice belongs to Joey, a friend of Zoe's from before the outbreak, who has survived the same way they have. He leads them deeper into the sewers, to a community of other infected survivors who have been living hidden underground the entire time. The Divide. Xavier Gens directs The Divide in 2011, opening as nuclear explosions tear through New York City and residents of an apartment building scramble for the basement. Only 8 make it into the building's bomb shelter before Superintendent Mickey seals the door, including Eva and boyfriend Sam, brothers Josh and Adrian, Josh's friend Bobby, mother and daughter Marilyn and Wendy, and a man named Delvin. Weeks in, armed soldiers in biohazard suits breach the shelter, kill several people, and drag Wendy out with them before the group kills 3 soldiers and reseals it. Josh disguises himself in a dead soldier's suit to search for her, finding a lab full of unconscious children in stasis, Wendy among them, before soldiers catch him and weld the shelter shut, trapping everyone with Josh now exposed to radiation. As supplies dwindle, Delvin confronts Mickey over hoarded resources, and Mickey shoots him in the struggle. Believing Mickey acted in cold blood, an ailing Josh and increasingly unstable Bobby torture him for the code to his locked safe room. The pair turn abusive toward Marilyn, and Josh sets his sights on Eva, at one point trying to force himself on her before Adrian pulls him off. Sam is sent to retrieve a hidden gun, but panic and jealousy over Eva lead him to shoot Adrian instead. Bobby turns on Josh and is about to kill him when Eva slits his throat with a tin can lid. Eva frees Mickey, who shoots Josh, and Josh's final act is smashing an oil lamp and setting the shelter on fire. While Sam and Mickey fight the flames, Eva locks herself into the safe room, then escapes through the toilet into the sewer below, leaving both men trapped inside. She climbs out into the ruined city and stares at a landscape with nothing left standing in it.
What is that?
Adam Wingard directs You're Next in 2011, centering on Erin, girlfriend of Crispian Davison, as the Davison family gathers at their parents' remote mansion for Paul and Aubrey's anniversary. Also arriving are siblings Drake, Felix, and Amy, with partners Kelly, Z, and Tariq. During dinner, arrows fired through the windows kill Tariq and wound Drake, and Amy is killed by a wire trap while running for help. Kelly flees to a neighbor's house and is killed by a masked attacker there. Erin, alone in the kitchen, kills one masked man with a meat tenderizer. Paul is murdered in front of Felix and Z, and it is revealed the two arranged the attack so Felix could inherit the fortune early. Setting nail traps with Z, Erin reveals she grew up on a survivalist compound in Australia, where her father taught her to fight and survive sieges exactly like this. Felix stabs Drake to death once Z checks on the surviving attackers, and Erin fights off another masked man before escaping through a window and hiding injured in the woods. She is chased back into the house, where Felix and Z confront her in the kitchen. Erin kills Felix by smashing a blender over his skull with the blade still spinning, then stabs Z through the head with a knife pulled from her own shoulder. When Felix's phone rings, Erin answers without speaking, and Crispian, thinking he is talking to his brother, confesses his role in the plot. When Crispian returns, Erin confronts him, and he admits she was never meant to be harmed, then tries to bribe her into silence. Disgusted, she kills him by stabbing his neck and eye. A police officer arrives, sees her over Crispian's body, and shoots her shoulder before walking past her warnings into the axe trap she set earlier. That's the list. Subscribe and like if underseen horror like this is a favorite, and more breakdowns are coming soon.